The weekend is here. It's rivalry week in Pac-12 women's soccer, and we are ready to get after it at Paul Lorenz Field in Corvallis. Oregon State hosting Oregon. Both clubs looking to make a statement in round one of their rivalry series. Good afternoon, everybody, and just delighted to have you on board. This should be a very entertaining group and group fun because both of these clubs come into this match so much improved over last season. I mean, you look at what Oregon has done under first-year head coach Graham Abel. They cracked the top 25 recently, and although they've dropped out of the national rankings, he has got Oregon playing oh so well. Jordan Warmdahl is going to be very critical for the Oregon Ducks the rest of the season. Now, this game winner against Arizona was her first of that nature in her career. But what's more important is that Warmdahl gets back to scoring and finding the back of the net like she did last year when she had 7 goals. This game winner against Arizona, her first tally of the season. Boy, they could use her to get back to goal-scoring ways. And she can do it. Now, this Oregon State club, they've got a huge win against Stanford to their credit. We'll talk about that in a minute over a graphic that shows it all. But since Stanford, the Oregon State Beavers have lost 4 straight. That's what I'm talking about. When that happened, though, in late February, I mean, that was a score and a result heard around the conference and the country as Oregon State with a rare victory over number 3 Stanford. But since then, like I said, 4 straight losses for the Oregon State Beavers. Can Bree McReynolds get this club going? You know, last year, Bree was the queen of assists and goals. She had 5 goals, 5 assists. In fact, here's an assist from last year for Bree McReynolds. This year, though, more offensive in terms of finding the back of the net for McReynolds. Already has the 4 goals, leads the team in that aspect, also leads the club in shots and shots on goal. A couple of assists, yeah, but McReynolds is a scoring threat more than ever, and she could be huge for this Oregon State club today. So, it's the Ducks and the Beavers, arch rivals, ready to battle it out on the pitch. Lineups and opening kick coming up next. Pac-12 Women's Soccer is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Looks like this. Warmdahl, Cook, and Hardy up top. Didasco really dynamic in that midfield. Go all the way down to Freeman in goal. Just a freshman and a huge upgrade in the keeper position for these Oregon Ducks. And we are underway. The Oregon Ducks coming in at 3-3-2, 2-2-1 in conference play. Oregon State, meanwhile, at 2-6-0, 0-5-0 in conference play, having lost 4 straight. Oregon State in their home black kits, white shoulders, orange numerals, electric yellow for the visiting Oregon Ducks. Last year, Oregon State was able to defeat the Oregon Ducks on Senior Day here in Corvallis. LeBleek with the goal in the 87th minute as you see the Oregon State lineup. Weinert, McReynolds, Jackson to complement Conrad getting her first start of the season, and in goal, the very capable Bridget Skiba for Oregon State. And while this is a rivalry match between these two clubs, it is a non-conference match. So here's the deal. The Pac-12 gave all the teams the ability to schedule 3 additional non-conference games. So both clubs said, yep, let's go ahead and list this as a non-conference affair. It'll count towards the overall standings, whatever the result is, but not towards the Pac-12 standings. And I mentioned last year's 1-0 Oregon State win. That late goal from the graduating Paula LeBleek. And it seems like every time these clubs meet, it's a one-goal affair. On occasion, like 2018, there's a rout, and I say that in quotations. 2-0 Oregon won that game, but mostly one-goal affairs. So we could be set up for another one of those barn burners today. Duck throw-in just underway here at Paul Lorentz Field. Last weekend, Oregon State losing to both of the Arizona schools here at home, while Oregon was able to draw a tie against Arizona State and then defeat Arizona in dramatic fashion for that bounce-back victory. Matt Kagan in his second year for Oregon State, Graham Abel in his first year for the Oregon Ducks. Both of these guys have completely turned both programs around. Great ball, deep. McReynolds battling, and the foul will go against Bree. Both teams in late February. As you take a look at Leah Freeman, both clubs in late February upsetting defending national champion Stanford. Signature wins for both clubs. Freeman, just a freshman, rated the top 3 goalkeeper in the country, and she's wearing Duck gear. Future is very bright between the pipes for the Ducks. Palmer, physical. Midfield battle is going to be so interesting today. Handball called. Free kick for Oregon State. Neither team tearing it up in the goal scoring department, especially lately for Oregon State. Starting this season off, piling up the goals did the Beavers, but they've been struggling to find the back of the net since that victory over Stanford. The Oregon Ducks only have 6 team goals. That's it. Can somebody break the ice? Look out here! Look out here! Taking a funky bounce. Weinert and company trying to put the heat on Freeman early. And remember, it's been raining in Corvallis earlier today and quite a bit. So we'll see if the soggy turf and a little bit of that mud spot, as you can see it right at the feet of Freeman, if that plays a part in today's match. Trying to thread the needle, Warmdahl with the run, pass intercepted. Here's Studer, she'll carry. Both of these clubs with some good pace and will get numbers forward out of the backfield. So how will transition defense play a part in this match? Counters. We're just 6 minutes in here at Paul Lorentz Field. Rivalry match number 1, a non-conference affair this game today. And it's the only game of the weekend for both teams. So man, practices this week, they were loading up for each other. It is going to be intense today. You can tell that Oregon State is looking to get their offense involved early near that 18. They were the absolute aggressor against Arizona State last Sunday. They owned the first half especially, and I mean owned it. Chance here, blocked. Oregon State and Weinert will collect. Nice ball there. Weinert with the left foot cracks it And this is so reminiscent of last Sunday when Oregon State absolutely took it to Arizona State, and I mean owned the Devils, especially that first half and most of the game, only losing in overtime 1-0. Oregon State sticking with it. That shot was blocked, but then moments later, it was Weinert that had that left foot just missing on frame. Ellsworth there as per usual. And here's the dynamic Jackson. Talked about her a lot last weekend. Just a freshman, and what a talent. She was close to a hat trick in that first half alone. But great Arizona State defending. Had a couple of stops off the line. Good step, and here's the counter by Oregon. Oregon State's back line very composed. Jackson, so versatile. You know, if you look up the roster for Oregon State on their website, you'll see number 27 listed as a forward. But because of the play of Conrad, who was really, really good off the bench against Arizona State last weekend, she gets the nod for the first time, does Conrad. And Jackson slips back to the defending role, but you know she's going to get forward. Track and field stud is Amber Jackson. Covers a lot of ground. Nickerson and Studer playing catch there. Skiba, Warmdahl trying to force a mistake. You like the high numbers by the Oregon Ducks. If they can turn a pick into something on frame. Composed Oregon State, however, getting out of trouble. Jackson leaving it. Weinert. Weinert. What a great centering pass by Weinert. Good Oregon defense. Staying home. Good battle. Warmdahl. Jackson. Interesting. Ball alive near that 6. And again, it's Oregon State forcing the issue offensively. That was a good look at Croy Soto. This Oregon Duck Club, a sprinkle of veterans and youngsters, while Oregon State comes in extremely young. Freed and Nickerson, the two field players who are listed as seniors, and Freed has already indicated that she will come back next year with that extra year of eligibility. Beautiful job that time by Cortez, taking it away, but into space, nobody's there. Here's Skiba. Again, you see the high numbers by the Oregon Ducks. Weinert gets pushed, will play on. McReynolds, great ball. Here's Herrera. Wants to turn that corner. Soto is there. Good D by Soto, and she'll come up the line. Soto at 5'10", best 1v1 defender on this really good Oregon Duck Club. Oregon hasn't scored a lot of goals, but by golly, they don't give up a lot either. Freeman has just been sensational to complement the back line. Freeman in goal. First Oregon freshman keeper to win a season opener since 2005. Great national team experience for Freeman with the U16 and U18 clubs. But still acclimating in some respects to the pace, physicality, and athleticism of this incredibly deep and talented Pac-12 conference. But oh boy, Sky's the limit for her. Cook did a good job of getting out of trouble, but again, dispossessing is Oregon State, and they're on the run again. Conrad closing in, looking for something to center. Now we'll build it from the back. Cutting back, nicely done. Like the idea by Studer, and cracking from distance. So here's Studer, who just kind of hangs with the play. We talked about Freeman as the freshman keeper for Oregon. Bridget Skiba, the veteran junior, has locked down that starting position for a while now and has just been rock solid. Smart play. Really smart play by Weiner. You see how she's able to just evade and avoid the tackle by Oregon and keep that ball going for a free kick. Scoreless here in the 14th minute. And they'll bring Skiba up for the duties. You see the turf factoring in on Cook slipping. Allows Oregon State to keep the ball in play. Ball pinged around. Good collective effort by the Oregon Ducks defense. Cortez nifty. Cook is going to hold, looks to turn. Tag team by Weinert and Jackson. And if the Ducks have a chance, they will go direct. They're looking to get behind that Oregon State defense. No easy task. Again, it wasn't that long ago that the Oregon Ducks were ranked number 20 in the country. A few weeks ago, that was in the coaches poll, the first time ever the Oregon Ducks have been ranked. They receive votes over Kat Mertz's tenure. First time ever, though, to be ranked. That's what the Oregon Ducks will build on. Like the idea, Hardy couldn't run up onto that ball. There's Bridget Skiba's particulars. Local kids staying home. Switching fields. Jackson will see if she can push or find a friend, and she does just that in Weinert. Herrera. That ball somehow gets through. That's just great defense by Shaw. Great defense, and Oregon on the counter. Hardy will carry. She's got Warmdahl. She's got Warmdahl. Good idea by Hardy. Good run by Warmdahl off the ball. But that pass towards the far post just had a little too much on it. Oregon turning the counter into something they'd love to work with. Oregon State started the season with 6 goals in the first couple of games. Then conference play started and the goals started drying up. One would look mighty big against this Oregon club. Both teams with such solid defenses, you don't expect more than a 1-0, 2-1 kind of game, or perhaps a tie. This is a huge game for both clubs, and not just because it's a rivalry get-together, but they both go on the road next week to face Stanford and Cal respectively. So no easy task. A chilly afternoon here in Corvallis, temperature in the high 40s, but right now, no rain. Pretty gusty winds out of the south, but no rain. Weinert gives it up. Ball very much alive. Oregon State keeping that in their offensive third. Big hop, no problem. Good look at Leah Freeman. Again, just a freshman. Look out. Hardy was lurking. Throw in Oregon State, 20th minute of this scoreless game. Ball gets through, here's Herrera. Hasenhauer, one of those veterans that is so clutch in big games like this. Love the idea. Going up top to Cook. Allie Cook leads Oregon in goals, but just 2. You put a lot of pressure on your defense and on your keeper when you're not giving them a lot of goal support. Again, playing it back to Skiba. Oregon State very organized in that backfield. Good ball to Weinert. Weinert coming and getting that thing. Foul's gonna go against Oregon. Weinert doing a very good job of timing those runs into space, giving her back line something to work with out of the midfield. Forced a duck foul, and here comes Oregon State. Numbers forward for the Beavers. Lots of room for Ellsworth. It's just great defense by Curran. We're just going to keep on playing. Good job by Curran. Good look at Cortez, the junior out of Hawaii. Banged up a little bit earlier this year was Cortez. High volume minute kid, rarely comes out. Very dependable for Coach Abel. '23rd minute, Cortez on the throw-in. First sub of the match for Oregon, Lexi Romero, the transfer out of Air Force Academy, onto the pitch. Sophomore out of California. Was huge in the Mountain West last year. Offensive Player of the Year and Freshman of the Year for Air Force. And here she is. I thought maybe she'd take a crack at it. Here's Shaw. Romero had a chance near the spot kick area, instead passed it off, and the ball pitched out. But Oregon still retains possession. Foul against the Ducks. Farhat Datko, our referee, having a little chat with Eden Hardy. Romero putting the heat on. Nice cutback. Ellsworth, calm, calm, calm. Again, more heat coming from the Oregon Ducks. Long ball, good D by Oregon. They can get the numbers squared away, get organized on the Oregon State throw-in. Freed looking for somebody. Great ball inside the 18, nearing the 6, cleared by Oregon. That all started with Freed. Well done by Kaylin. Her service right at the top of the 6. But again, both defenses playing very well at this point. Beautiful step, Oregon on the counter. All started with Cortez, but they give it up to the Ducks. Ducks just won't let anything get over the top of them. Not at this point. Cook cutting back. Nice tackle. McReynolds. Scoreless here at Paul Lorenz Field. We're on the campus of Oregon State University. 27th minute. Oregon, Oregon State. Don't need to say much more than that. Cortez turning as Hasenhauer. Love the ball to Hardy, but she just can't quite catch up with it. Little heavy on that touch. Talking with both coaches earlier in the week, and it's always a treat. Matt Kagan in his second year, what he did with Oregon State last year, one of their best seasons in a long, long time. So close to an at-large bid. Abel in his first year. All that experience with the U.S. women's national team for Graham Abel. 2 World Cup golds as an assistant for Jill Ellis. What he brings to Eugene is undeniable. And it's interesting because you'd ask both guys what they think about rivalry week, and Graham says, I'm not gonna amp it up. I'm gonna try to keep it even keel. I don't want it to get too big. And Kagan had a bit of a different take. Wanted to make sure that his veterans talk to the youngsters and let them know how important this game was. Good stuff from both guys. Here's Hasenauer. These two clubs will end the regular season in Eugene on April 16th. And who knows what could be at stake at that point. Could Oregon post their first winning record since 2006? Could they actually get into the NCAA tournament for the first time ever? The Oregon Ducks, the only Pac-12 team not to make the NCAA tournament. Could that change this year? Could Oregon State also get a bid? They haven't gone dancing since 2011. The stretch run of this unique spring season in Pac-12 soccer is going to be really interesting. Cortez just all over the field. '30th minute. You can hear all the way across the pitch the Oregon Duck players saying, this is our opportunity, let's make the most of it. They're deep in their offensive third. Croy Soto. And the Ducks' first corner kick. Hardy at 5'10". Hasenauer also a target. Cook at 5'9", 5'10". Line drive. Cortez just kind of punts it. No chance there. And Oregon State's defense heads that out of trouble. So that corner kick going by the wayside. And you can't help but wonder what the Duck offense might have looked like had Callan Harrington not injured her foot. The record-setting goal scorer in Oregon high school history. Harrington breaking Tiffany Milbritt's record for most goals scored in Oregon girls state history. And Harrington injures a foot during training and is out for the year. One of the top recruits in the country was Harrington. A nose for the goal, obviously. 133 of them in high school, but out and not playing for the Oregon Ducks, and that hurts. Oregon State so composed in this match. On this near sideline. Jackson looking for it, and she'll get it. Marked by Hasenauer. Good D by Zoe. Oregon State has won 3 of the last 5 matches against Oregon. The series is tied in terms of wins at 10 apiece. And most of the games between these two clubs for the last 15, 16 years have been very close. Another sub for Oregon, Jordan Snyder, the sophomore. And it'll be interesting to see how many subs the coaches use, since this is the only game, not the typical Friday, Sunday deal where it's just a grind on Sunday. And more bodies used in the second game of whatever weekend series these clubs are involved in. This time, this is it as far as games on the docket for these clubs.
Hey.
34th minute, duck throw in, scoreless here in Corvallis. Thick gray skies, no rain, chilly, a little windy, but all in all, pretty darn nice for a big-time soccer game like this one. McReynolds, always around the ball, it seems. Nice run by Cook, better defense by Ellsworth. So another corner kick for the Ducks. Skiba not tested at this point. And we're in the 35th minute, scoreless. Freeman on the other side of the ledger, same goes for her. Defenses have ruled the roost. Wow. Fans didn't like that as Schwartz was called for that foul. Looked like she had her arm grabbed, but instead we are going to go the other way. That's a break for the Oregon Ducks, a free kick here. Huh. And let's check it out. Schwartz has the ball, is carrying the ball, gets hip checked by the opponent, and she's called for the foul, so we're going to go the other way. Hassenauer looks like she'll take this free kick, and everybody's going to crash on impact. Another missed opportunity for the Ducks as Skiba comes off her line, no problem. "37th minute. Yellow comes out. So Didasco getting booked with the yellow. Nice job by Schwartz to keep it in the attacking third for Oregon State. Schwartz with the left foot. And that'll result in a corner kick for Oregon State. here come the Rains. It's going to get interesting now. Campbell checking in for Oregon State. Jazzy, the freshman out of California. 38th minute, scoreless. Rains coming down now. And here's the corner. Line drive. Bodies falling. It's going to be Slick City, boy. Here's a dangerous ball. Getting ahead on it. Ball's loose and cleared by the Oregon Ducks. And into space. Skiba hesitates for a second. It's a foot race. Skiba wins this one. Wow. Snyder and Shaw were bearing down. Skiba hesitated for just a second and decided to come off her line. Wise choice. Good job by the veteran keeper, Bridget Skiba. And I mean, it is coming down now. Footing is going to be treacherous on this natural turf. Unlucky. Wow, that ball was clearly out, and Hassenhauer will continue to carry. Wow. They're letting staggered and select number of fans into the stands now. CDC says that's good as long as the numbers are where we need them to be, and the fans did not like that. Like the idea on the long ball to Romero. She's got Jackson to beat. Romero turns. Nicely played by Romero. Unlucky for Cook. She had trapped it, was trying to hold it, and then lost possession. On the counter, Oregon State. These back passes are going to have to be really true because the Oregon Ducks are putting some heat on the back passes to Skiba. 40th minute. Love the idea. Weinert turning. The Ducks want an offside. They're not going to get it. We're going to play on. McReynolds will keep it. McReynolds. Maggie Lacey coming onto the pitch for the Oregon Ducks in the 41st minute. Lacey, one of the more valuable subs for Graham Abel and the Oregon Ducks. Big hop, Skiba waves everybody away, and we'll play out of the back. It's just a great battle on that far sideline. Nearing the 18, McReynolds. Whoa! Oregon State fans looking for the penalty. Players down in the 18, and we're gonna play on. And it's Weinert. Hard to tell if she was losing her footing before the contact, but Oregon State was looking for a break as Weinert was pushing hard in the 42nd minute. Weinert, the redshirt junior out of Milwaukee, Oregon, led this club with 9 goals last year, 21 points. Has but the 1 goal this season. And it's been a bit frustrating for Mackenzie in terms of the drought of goal scoring. But you see there, she's always thinking about the next shot. Such a dangerous weapon for Oregon State. Showed you there. Campbell not able to win that foot race. Rain subsiding a little bit, thank goodness. In the final moments of the first half, we're scoreless here in Corvallis. Arch rivals meeting at Paul Lorenz Field, Oregon and Oregon State. Good, clean, well-played first half, no goals. But we've seen some really good defenses and some midfields bossing things around as well. Throw in Ducks. It's a good hustle play by Paige Alexander, who checked in recently. '44th minute. Oregon State giving it away. Hassenhauer. That's just really good defense by Herrera. I think the Ducks thought they had something there. Ball was at the foot of the right person and Hassenhauer was stripped. Final minute of the half. Into space and cutting back. Again, the Ducks with some action. Romero has been very active off the bench wearing number 8. Here's the throw in. .50-50 ball's huge. Nicely played, McReynolds. She'll bring it up. Avoids the tackle and still carries. McReynolds. Pretty darn good run by McReynolds, but she's going to run out of gas and time. And that'll do it for the first half. Scoreless here at Paul Lorenz Field between Oregon and Oregon State. Really solid match defensively. And everybody locked in, knowing that this is going to be a low-scoring affair. It seems like it's that way every time these two clubs meet. So scoreless here at Paul Lorenz Field. Rivals in a spirited first half. We'll see if somebody can find the back of the net in that second half or beyond. We'll take a look around the rest of the conference when we come back as halftime commences. The unique spring season of Pac-12 women's soccer continues. We're at Paul Lorenz Field on the campus of Oregon State University. Rivalry week. Ducks in town, the Beavers and Oregon. 0-0 at halftime. Chilly and then rainy end of the first half. But a well-played first half by both clubs, particularly the defenses. Standings look like this. UCLA and USC playing to that tie last night. UCLA with the tie, still undefeated in conference play at 5-0-1, 8-0-1 overall. Everybody chasing the Bruins. Stanford, Arizona State, Washington, Cal, Colorado, Oregon, they're all right there. And that's why this game is so critical for the Oregon Ducks. They want to stay in the middle of that pack before a late season push that could get them in the upper echelon of the Pac-12 standings. Oregon State at the bottom at 0-5-0. But trust me, this team is much, much better than that record indicates. You can ask any coach in this conference. This week in the Pac-12, rivalry week all over the place. Big games with Arizona State and Arizona this evening. Washington State, Washington also this evening. Huge games, not only in terms of just rivalry get-togethers, but in terms of the standings as well. And then Saturday, it'll be Colorado versus Utah and Cal at Stanford. That promises to be a great match. The Cal-Stanford match you can see on Pac-12 Network. Got all the other ones on the regional networks as well, so we have got you covered. Rivalry week beginning, middle, and end in the conference this weekend. Back with more in just a moment. Halftime continuing here at Paul Lorentz Field on the campus of Oregon State University. The Beavers and Ducks, arch rivals, scoreless at halftime. First half, most of it anyway, Oregon State had the ball a lot in their offensive third. Weinert was really active, pegs it with the left foot there. You'll see her picking up that loose ball and just wide. Like the idea. Cross, and there's a good step by the Oregon Ducks. First half stats. Numbers bear fruit if you're an Oregon State fan. 8-1 in the shot department. Things physical, but nothing too chippy, although one yellow card was given to True Didasco, but still pretty clean match. Oregon State again with some chances, not much on goal, but keeping that ball in the offensive third. But we're still scoreless at the break. 0-0, Ducks, Beavers, stick around. Scoreless at halftime, Oregon State, Oregon, rivalry week here at Paul Lorentz Field in Corvallis. Get comfy, because coming up next, we've got back-to-back Pac-12 women's volleyball, number 11 Utah and Colorado, followed by USC hosting number 15 UCLA. That's in the nightcap. Keep it right here on Pac-12 Network, or download and stream live wherever you may be with Pac-12 Now. Both teams coming back onto the pitch, greeted by some more rain. Chilly, rainy, less than ideal conditions, scoreless. We'll see if somebody can find some magic in the second half. Another close one between these arch rivals. Second half just around the corner. Pac-12 Women's Soccer is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. We're moments away from the start of the second half here in Corvallis. We're at Paul Lorentz Field on the campus of Oregon State University. The Beavers and Ducks in rivalry week part 1, scoreless at halftime. Right now, at the moment, kind of a miserable day. And footing could be treacherous on the natural grass turf here in Corvallis. You look at all of these one-goal affairs, 2018 and 2013, rare exceptions for two-goal victories. One for Oregon in 18, and in 2013 it was Oregon State. Otherwise, it's been one-goal affairs. The last draw was 2011, a 1-1 double overtime tie. Let's take a look at Oregon's schedule before we get things started in the second half. As we mentioned, this game's so critical because up next for the Ducks at Cal, at Stanford. And you see the rest of the way, some quality clubs standing in the way of the Oregon Ducks. And next weekend, oh baby, we'll see if Oregon can have that series sweep against Stanford. Wouldn't that be something? Oregon State, as you can see the rain in the foreground, they'll also be in the Bay Area next weekend. Stanford and Cal await and go all the way down to the bottom, finishing up against the Oregon Ducks. So again, these clubs play each other twice this year. This game is scheduled as a non-conference game. All Pac-12 teams were allowed to schedule 3 additional non-conference matches. So this particular match today will not count towards the Pac-12 standings, but will count in the overall standings. Okay, got you up to speed. Oregon will kick things off in the second half wearing their lemon yellow kits. Oregon State, home black, white, and orange, and we're underway. See if Oregon's offense can get anything going in this second half, and see if Oregon State can get some of the shots they had in the first half on frame. The turf will be slick, treacherous. It's in beautiful shape. All grass, but it's going to be tough sledding down there the rest of the way. Hasenauer goes down in a heap, easy call to make, and she's still down. You can see Zoe grimacing as she gets to her feet. Zoe, tied for 8th in career assists in the Oregon program, needs one helper to tie for 6th. Cutting back, and no doubt about that one, Jackson got her. Good job by Hasenauer to earn that free kick. Shaw just didn't have enough on that flick header. And Skiba wasn't tested. Freed into space for Weinert. Weinert loses it, good D, Palmer, and she'll carry. Weinert a little overzealous with that carry. Beautiful ball. Can Hardy keep it in play? Yes, she can, and looks to turn the corner, but a little heavy on that touch. Here's Skiba. You can see that round mud patch right where she punted it from. And that could be a slippery slope for Bridget. Second half just underway. And Schatz, so glad you could join us to start your weekend and get reacquainted with the Ducks and Beavers rivalry. Hardy trying to beat Freed. Nice job by Kaylin. There's the shove from Hardy. Good battle there. Two senior veterans going after it. That's the forearm shiver coming from Hardy. No doubt about that one. Nickerson will leave it. Hassenhauer looking to turn. Coran, nice ball. Kind of a squibber right there as Warmdahl was charging, but Skiba, no problem. And you wonder what it's going to take. If it's going to be a set piece, some kind of a corner kick, flick header. Maybe one of the defenses with those high lines will pick something off and get a 1v1 situation. Oregon State forcing the turnover. Hardy trying to win it. Freed gets it right back. Oregon State trying to take that turnover and find some magic. Ducks would have none of it. Nice job by Studer to cut back and carry. You see the long stride. Studer. Oh! You see the flag go up. Weiner poised to try and cut back. Flag goes up, we'll go the other way. Freeman with a couple of shutouts to her credit. Tight quarters. Beautiful touch pass, McReynolds, and here's Weiner. Weiner being shoved off the ball. Soto. Weiner still carries. Good D by Soto, but a chance on the corner for Oregon State. Terrific job by McReynolds and Weiner. This young Oregon State club once again playing like veterans. Here's McReynolds, corner kick opportunity, Oregon State. That's a great ball. Again, neither keeper tested at this point. Venus coming onto the pitch for Oregon. Amber Jackson looking to climb the ladder on that last play. Very good in the air is the freshman. I like the pressing Oregon State defense, causing some turnovers, giving themselves a chance to quickly strike off the counter. Turnover. Here come the Ducks. Cook wants to turn the corner. Cook! Look at that! Allie Cook from distance! What a strike by Cook! 54th minute. With the third goal of the season, and it gives Oregon the 1-0 lead. What a strike by Cook! And this is all Allie from distance. Hits that crossbar, deflects in. Looks to cut back, just got a smidgen of an inch on Ellsworth, and scores. What a strike by the sophomore. Great story as Graham Abel is telling Cook in early February, you can't be frustrated. If you're getting chances, you can't be frustrated. As long as you're getting the chances, you're going to be okay. As long as you're creating, goals will come. Well, Allie had a huge goal against Stanford, and how about right here against arch rival Oregon? Wow! Let's take a look again from distance. Let's see her reaction. Oh, that's money. That's great. So Allie Cook's goal in the 54th minute, unassisted, giving Oregon the 1-0 lead. Let's see what Oregon State has for an answer. There's a ton of time left to go in this game. Skiba's got to hurry. Hardy was right there. Nice little touch pass by Cook. So Cook, coming into this match, if I'm not mistaken, didn't even have a shot on goal in the 3 previous matches. So active today. And that strike, certainly on goal, and then some. You see the strength of Allie Cook, and she's willing to do the dirty work to hold off opponents and give herself a chance to turn or at least get an edge to strike. And she had just enough of a fake where she looked to cut. Ellsworth bit it for just a second. Ellsworth recovered nicely, but the strike was even better. Rain's coming down heavily again. Here's Freed. Into space, nicely played. Good defense. Palmer. Weinert has just been so active today for Oregon State. Studer, ooh, love the idea. Look at the turn, and here's Weinert. That's good run of play soccer by Oregon State in their offensive third. Weinert just not able to square and get something on frame. One goal looking mighty big as the rains continue to come down and the surface becomes even more slippery and just tough to navigate. Will Oregon sit on this, or will they press it and look for that second goal? And what kind of magic does Oregon State have? Cutting back nicely. Love the play by McReynolds. Again, good Oregon Duck defense. They just stay so composed. Unlucky there. And here's Shaw. Beautiful ball, Hardy, great slide tackle. That's just great defense as Skiba comes off her line. And Freed, so tough on that sliding tackle because Hardy looked to get Skiba at an angle that she could deal with the ball at her feet. Great job by Freed, but a corner kick for Oregon. Mop-up goal, and you gotta love it if you're the Oregon Ducks. How about Eden Hardy taking that loose ball right in front of Skiba and able to flick it home? Hardy with her second goal of the year. Take a look. Looks to be cleared off the line, but look at that. Bouncing, pinging, and then into the back of the net. Keep your eye on Hardy, number 3. Right place, right time, flick. You bet. In the pouring, driving rain, and now Oregon leads it 2-0. Huge goal for Hardy. Second goal of the season. The senior has been rock solid her entire career. Scored her first career goal last year. And now she has become an offensive threat. So Oregon State really behind the 8 ball now, especially with these rains. So it was scoreless at half. Allie Cook from distance in the 54th minute, giving Oregon the 1-0 lead. And then moments ago, off the set piece, loose ball, lands at the feet of Hardy, right in front of Skiba, and Bridget had no chance on the quick flick and the quick feet of Hardy. 2-0 Oregon. Wow. I heard a little thunder earlier today in the Corvallis area, but we're talking about Oregon Duck lightning with these strikes in the second half. They basically didn't do a whole lot offensively in the first half, and the Ducks roaring to life to begin this second half. Just a miserable afternoon at the moment here in Corvallis. Freed and Nickerson, Studer, the upperclassmen for Oregon State. They're going to have to make sure they're in the ear of their teammates. There's a ton of time left. Let's just keep grinding. Let's get that first one back. You can see Freeman's distribution, obviously an asset. That's just a great boot from Freeman. It's like an extra field player. Hardy just seems to be around the ball all the time. She and Cook have been ever present, especially this second half. And tip of the cap to the Oregon defense at this point. They have been rock solid. There's a good look at Coach Abel goalkeeper coach for Jill Ellis. A couple of World Cup golds as an assistant for Jill. What a find and get for the Oregon Ducks. Last year when Graham Abel was announced as the new head coach for Oregon women's soccer, it was at an Oregon Duck women's basketball game, so there were 11,000 people at least at Matthew Knight Arena. He was introduced to the crowd, and that crowd went nuts. It was during the regular season when Graham was introduced. Did a great job of helping to build some college programs as well. So Pizarro will check in for the first time for Oregon State wearing number 25. Shaw whistled for the foul as McReynolds goes down. 65th minute. It'll be so interesting to see how this season plays out for both clubs. Free kick for Oregon State and Freed. .50-50 ball. Hardy battling with Jackson. So you look at this Oregon bunch, and again, you know, you don't want to bury them when you say, hey, Ducks, you're the only club in the Pac-12 without an NCAA tournament appearance. And you dig around a little bit and think, how did the 2006 team, that 2006 club had a great season, great record under Tara Erickson. I mean, this is a club in 2006 where Erickson was the coach of the year, Nicole Garvin was player of the year. Oregon finishes 12-6-2 in 2006, 6-1-2, and second in the Pac-10. They beat a bunch of nationally ranked teams, but then you go back and you look at the bad losses before Pac-12 play. And one of those horrible non-conference losses came to Nevada. The reason I bring that up is because Oregon head coach Graham Abel was on that Nevada staff at the time. And he said, yeah, that ended up to be a really bad loss for that Oregon Duck club. They had a couple of those stinkers in the non-conference, and it cost them. Centering ball, dangerous! Oh, Oregon State would love that back. You do something with that ball, and we've got ourselves a different match, and it was a perfect service. Studer is just so frustrated with herself. And a great ball by Pizarro, the freshman out of New York that just came in with the left foot. There's no way Freeman's going to be able to react to that if Studer can get that thing on frame. That would have changed this match completely. Instead, we'll play on. 67th minute, still 2-0 Oregon. And remember, the Ducks have already been ranked in the top 25 for the first time in program history. They're looking for their first winning record since 2006. Maybe an NCAA at-large appearance. And in the ever-important RPI, the Oregon Ducks are at number 23. That's extremely impressive. Because their losses are quote-unquote good losses to really good teams. That's why their RPI is so healthy. And here's Hardy. Beautiful job by Hardy. Hardy! Oh, far post. Thought that might have action in and of itself. What a great ball. Hardy. And I think that was Warmdahl. Now it might have been Cook. Anyway, here's the RPI rankings that we're talking about. And Pac-12 doing a great job in what is really critical. Remember, they got 9 teams in the tournament last year. Obviously, a ton of at-large berths. And you look at Oregon at 23, that is rock solid. Washington, coaching change as well. It's just a deep, deep, deep Pac-12 conference again. The Oregon Ducks have not had many shots on frame. The ones that they have, they've buried. Weiner, that's smarts. How good has Mackenzie Weiner been today? My goodness. Redshirt junior again out of Milwaukee, Oregon. A bit frustrated by the fact that she hasn't been scoring like she did last year, but she is just a constant threat. You better not take your eye off number 13. She is a workhorse. Here's McReynolds. Let's see if Oregon State can get back in it here in the 71st minute. Parried over the bar by Freeman. Love the idea by McReynolds, striking from distance, and that thing had top shelf written all over it. Freeman reading that one very well. Coming in at 5'10" and using every inch. Nice strike by McReynolds. Corner. Another opportunity off the set piece gone awry for Oregon State. Didasco back on the pitch for the Oregon Ducks, and you can bet that they're going to take their sweet time, the Ducks, here in the 72nd minute. Still a ton of time left, but there's no hurry to get the ball in play. Up 2-0. .50-50 ball. This game has just been so well played. Nothing cheap or dirty, just everybody playing so hard. Oregon State still coming, still coming. Both clubs know that a Beaver goal changes the tenor of this game quite a bit. Pizarro on this near sideline. Into space, a little heavy on that touch. Hardy and Freed have just been going at it. Just been going at it. Hardy, tackle. And we're gonna go the other way. What a tackle by Freed. Boy, that is a battle, and Hardy's kind of laughing a little bit, but Freed and Hardy, both the seniors. Check this out. Locking arms. But here's the tackle. How about that? Cook, her goal in the 54th minute, giving Oregon the 1-0 lead. Almost had a brace moments ago off the far post. Slide, couldn't get the boot on it. Here's Hassenauer. Beautiful job by Zoe. 2-0. The Oregon Ducks with 2 second-half goals. We mentioned Cook in the 54th, and then Hardy in the 60th minute. And on this wet turf, that second goal looming large. Here's Skiba. Pizarro looking up, hoping to find McReynolds with that direct pass. Instead, Freeman is going to chuck it, and it'll be an Oregon State throw-in. 75th minute. The Oregon Ducks haven't scored 2 goals since they beat Stanford February 26th. Floodgates opening up a little bit. Ducks loving that. Boy, here we go again. Nice job by Hardy this time to free herself of Freed. Freed responds. Hardy looks to turn. Palmer calls for it. Palmer. Nice ball by Palmer. Skiba. Oh, huge collision. Cook and Skiba. Oh boy, Skiba so brave coming off her line. You saw that she got her mitts on it. And slow to get up. Look at Skiba read this. She's got to come out right now, and she does. And gets conked by Cook. Allie has been so aggressive, as you would expect, and Skiba reading that thing beautifully. Knew the only play she had was to punch it, and she did just that, and then took one for the team. Great job by Skiba. And the Oregon Ducks not content to sit on a 2-0 lead. They just keep on a coming. Into space. Nobody there, and Pizarro had a chance to carry. The passes are going to have to be crisp if you're Oregon State. Here come the Ducks on a counter. Hassenauer blocked. Schwartz will carry. Using the right side. Schwartz on the overlap. Ooh, you love the idea. Great run by Weinert. Just a little heavy on that service. Great run on the far post for Weinert. Romero checking back in for the Ducks as Hardy goes off. Romero with a good shift in that first half. And Hardy has just been a beast today. Into space. Freed. So flexible, willing to do anything. Starter since 2018, had some injury issues. Playing left backs, never done that before in her career. And she looks just as solid and comfortable in that new position. Quick restart, Oregon State, here we go. Nickerson wants to shift and change fields. Freed's got Pizarro on this near side. Nice job by Cook. Foul's gonna go against Oregon State. Nicely played by Cook. Pizarro getting some really good playing time. Coming into this match, only 16 minutes for the freshman out of New York. And just a couple of games to her credit. Obviously, she showed Matt Kagan, who calls himself an equal opportunity coach. If you play well in practice, he's going to play you in a game. Pizarro must have shown him something. I love it. Time starting to dwindle down if you're an Oregon State fan, and definitely a factor here in the 79th minute. As the Beavers are chasing a bit, down 2-0. Ducks hoping that ball gets behind the defense. Oregon State pretty solid defensively this entire game. But the Ducks have been really solid defensively and have taken advantage of a few and rare bits of opportunity scoring-wise to lead this thing 2-0. And simply put, Oregon State just hasn't tested Freeman. They've had some chances with set pieces, but nothing on frame. Oregon State was picked to finish 9th in the preseason coaches poll. Oregon picked to finish 11th. And obviously, folks are going by what happened last year. That was, or in 2019, that was then, this is now. Two completely different teams. Actually, in 2019, Oregon State was one of the best stories of the conference, and that's why they were picked 9th. No disrespect there. It's just been such tough sledding for the Oregon Ducks. Hence the prognostication of number 11. Great job winning the 50-50 ball right there. And you're okay just throwing that down the field like that, just booting it. I mean, we're in the 81st minute. And clock is just ticking away. Nice ball, Pizarro. Weiner double teamed. Escape valve to Schwartz. Good run of play sequence for Oregon State. Conrad slow to get up. Look out. Skiba is going to call Freed off. Romero chases. Here comes Oregon State. No chance there. Can't tell if Conrad just mishit it, was looking for somebody with the thought of more of a line drive service, but it just popped right into the hands of Freeman. Good hustle by Studer. Pizarro's been really solid off the bench for Oregon State. Really good in run of play. 83rd minute. Good turn, good idea. Weinert, there's Romero. Unlucky there for Weinert. Freed with the tackle. Hasenhauer. I think she thought maybe Warmdahl was going to continue that run into the 18. Oregon State counter. Smartly played midfield, Shaw. But Oregon gives it up. Studer. And here's Weinert, so dangerous, in the 18. Weinert looking for an edge. Weinert, ball blocked. You see her head go back. Did exactly what she needed to do to get a crack at it, but the defense was there for the block. Nickerson head up. Weinert has been the target for much of this game. Pizarro overruns it, will collect. 85th minute, and here's Pizarro. She's got that good left foot. Let's see what she does with it. Beautiful ball, Pizarro. Freeman with the save. Oregon State nearly getting on the board in the 85th minute. Oregon State showing some pluck, trying to get back into this thing. Just unlucky there. I think it was McReynolds that climbed the ladder on that one. All I know is it was a perfectly served ball from Pizarro. And Freeman was tested big time. Kudos to Oregon State. Not a lick of quit in them. Love that angle. Freeman batting it away. '86th minute, Freed will carry. Weinert dancing, almost lost it, controls, looking for some help. Weinert double teamed every time she touches it. Last year, Oregon State defeating Oregon in the lone rivalry match in 2019. LeBleak with the game winner in the 87th minute on senior night here at Paul Lorenz Field. And Oregon looking to flip the script on that. Up 2-0 thanks to 2 second-half goals. Cook and Hardy with the scoring honors for the Ducks. Here's a good look at number 33, Allie Cook, who Coach Abel said, hey, I know you're frustrated not scoring, but as long as you're getting chances, as long as you're creating chances, you're doing your job. The goals will come. And today's tally, her third of the season, that must have felt especially sweet for Cook, who hadn't even registered a shot on goal the previous 3 matches. Ducks looking for more. Cook in that far corner. And it would have to take some kind of miracle for Oregon State to catch the Ducks today. Here's Pizarro. Switching fields in the 89th minute. Deep ball. Oregon State looking for great ball. Weinert with a terrific ball, and Studer again. A little bit of frustration. Oregon State in run of play. And the run of play has had some really good chances, some great services into the 18, near the 6. Studer's had a couple of chances. Conrad, Weinert has just been ever present and dangerous, but the Oregon defense has been rock solid. Freeman looking for her 3rd shutout of the season. And we're down to our last few seconds. Clever play by Soto. PA announcer counting down the final 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And that will do it. Hard-fought battle, both teams exhausted, and the Oregon Ducks with the 2-0 victory over Oregon State. Freeman with the shutout, goal support in the second half. In fact, our State Farm Showcase will highlight those goals. In the 54th minute, it's Allie Cook who beat Skiba top shelf off that crossbar. Her reaction is classic. Makes it 1-0 after a scoreless first half. And then about 6 minutes later, it was Eden Hardy. You'll see it here, set piece. Keep your eye on number 3, poaching. Right there. And that was it. A huge victory for the Oregon Ducks, 2-0 over Oregon State. That's a wrap from Corvallis. Oregon defeating Oregon State 2-0. A non-conference win for the Ducks, raising their records to 4-3-2. And the outcome gives Oregon round 1 of the rivalry series against Oregon State. For our entire broadcast crew, I'm Ann Schott saying so long from Paul Lorenz Field in Corvallis. Thanks for kicking off your weekend with us. Stay safe. See you down the road. And up next, Pac-12 volleyball. It's a good one. Colorado versus 11th ranked Utah. Physical match today here in Corvallis. Ducks win it 2-0.